Lots of gaming news to go over, including the future of Horizon and Gamescom updates, so good that you're joining the Sunday News Roundup, and let's go. Maybe you already heard the news, Horizon Hunter's Gathering is being rebooted. Jason Schreier at Bloomberg reports that this is because of the poor player feedback that the game received after the first two closed tests that it did earlier this year. And yeah, that's not very surprising to me, because as you know, I was part of a creator council last year and early this year, and I went to Guerrilla Games and told them the exact same thing. It's kind of wild to me that leadership at Guerrilla and Sony had to hear it from outside people because they did not realize themselves that this Fortnite-style Horizon game with completely out-of-place characters and very different gameplay is not what we want. Like, I don't think the idea of hunting robot dinosaurs with friends is bad. I think it could actually be very awesome, but then it still has to feel like a Horizon game, and this did not. So what is happening right now is that they want to strip out the live service component and turn it into a more traditional cooperative multiplayer game with a story mode and a far smaller scope. And they have through December to figure this out. If they then cannot convince executives, the game might be cancelled. Which I actually think they should just do right now, like cut and run. I totally understand that they poured in a ton of money and development time, like hundreds of people worked on this game for years and years in Amsterdam, a very expensive city, so they want to salvage it, but I think launching this will actually hurt the long-term potential of the franchise more and future games. Canceling it means these super weird overpowered characters are not canon, and I think that's the best way forward. Luckily, Jason also reports that many developers who have worked on Horizon Hunter's Gathering have been moved off the project, so now only a small team will try to make it work. These other people will work on a different project that will also be evaluated at the end of the year. So I will share what I think real quick is the best way forward for Horizon. 1. Make Horizon Steel Frontiers, the NCSoft game that always looked way better than Hunter's Gathering, a PlayStation 5 and PC title. Drop the mobile port if needed. We've seen many AAA games try to come to mobile. Recently Destiny and The Division, it's not working, while it has a bigger chance of success if you make it for the platforms that actually has Horizon fans. Then, Guerrilla Games should make a smaller standalone title with the Forbidden West tools that they can release in the next 2 to 3 years, a Lost Legacy or Miles Morales, but focus it on a completely new character in the Horizon world. Smaller open world, someone who's not as OP as Aloy, give us a new look into this universe that everyone, including the people who did not play Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, can enjoy. I think this will totally be profitable, and this will make the Horizon franchise appealing again, and then fully focus on Horizon 3 as a PlayStation 6 game, and have next to Aloy, that character from your standalone game, playable as well. So then everyone can jump in and understand the game. Because at this pace, Horizon 3 will launch almost 10 years after Forbidden West, which is crazy. So they cannot expect people to understand what's going on. They need to have new entry points. Also for people who did not like Aloy. Really curious to hear what you would do with the franchise, because the sad reality is that right now almost all of Guerrilla Games has been working on Horizon Hunter's Gathering for the last few years, and that the next mainline single player Horizon game is still far away. This live service push from Sony is still creating victims, and as a huge Horizon fan, it just really hurts to see so much development time and money lost. We could have had Horizon 3 announced by this point if they did not work on Hunter's Gathering. But first, the sponsor of this Sunday video, a game that I spent a ton of time in, otherwise I would not be telling you about it, Raid Shadow Legends. As you can see, I got a ton of heroes, but I'm kind of jealous of what I can give away here at the end for a limited time. The game currently has a 4.6 out of 5 star rating after more than 2 million reviews on the Play Store alone, and there's a Wizard of Oz collaboration going on right now, which can give you the amazing legendary champion Dorothy Gale for free by simply logging in for 7 days before November 19th. Other characters from the famous novel can also be earned, including Ozilda, the Wicked Witch, who we can also fight for a limited time in the new event dungeon. But that is far from all. If you download the game for free through the special link in the video description or by scanning the QR code that you see on screen, you instantly get the legendary champion Wythir the Crowned, an amazing support. I can also give away 1 of 4 4 free legendary champions for a limited time. Simply redeem the code that you see on screen for the one you want. You got 48 hours. Get the level 10 for epic champion Fahrakin, and if you are an existing user, I also have codes in the video description that give you some nice rewards. So thanks again to Raid Shadow Legends for making this Sunday video possible, and now let's get back into the news. We got some Gamescom updates as Xbox will be present in a major way, letting the public go hands-on with Gears of War E-Days campaign for the first time. Minecraft Dungeons 2 will also be playable for the first time, and there will be a new live Fable gameplay presentation. The last one was at Summer Game Fest, which they of course dropped online later on. So I'm sure they will do the same with this Gamescom presentation. Stranger Than Heaven will also be playable just like Metro 2039, and it seems like Xbox will have a pretty big surprise reveal lined up for the show. It should be an unexpected sequel to a franchise, but it's not made by an internal Xbox studio, so place your bets in the comments. We also learned that the gameplay reveal trailer for Game of Thrones War for Westeros, the new strategy game, will be at Jeff Keighley's show on August 25th. Also the NetEase GTA style game Ananta will get a new look. NCSoft will bring 3 games, including a new title called Project Bonfire that they will reveal for the first time at Gamescom. The Witcher 3 DLC will of course also be revealed. I have a feeling that it's going to be a pretty big Gamescom. I'll have all the coverage here, of course also in a Sunday video like this. Now let's move on to way more gaming news. Leave a like, that would really help me out, and subscribe, because we post one of these big gaming news on the videos every Sunday. Now time for quick shots, news stories I will go over quickly with big looks at new games, including Phantom Blade Zero. Control has gone gold, but first, let's take a look at the new game from the Black Myth Wukong developers. It was the 20th of August this week, which means that we get a new update from the Black Myth Wukong developers. They of course launched the incredible action game on August 20th, 2024, and last year announced a follow-up, Black Myth Zhong Kui, with a cinematic trailer. They were first planning to do Black Myth Wukong DLC, but decided to make a brand new game instead. And now a year after that announcement, they already treat us with our first ever gameplay look at the game, which shows a way more grittier and darker tone. And while it of course will still be an action game heavily focused on fighting bosses or groups of enemies, the big shift is that we're using a sword this time instead of a staff. Which, yes, means that we can now also parry enemy attacks. It's overall a bit slower from the looks of it and more grounded without the ability to just jump around. Zhong Kui has a lot of different abilities. As a great demon hunter, Zhong Kui uses a magic sword to fight the spirits, and we can imbue it with different elements. And we can store that energy and then unleash it at a different moment, which looks kinda awesome. They also have a different take on transformations. Instead of turning into a different character, you now possess or move your spirit into a knight that he summoned to fight alongside him. So you can still feel extra powerful for a brief moment, and fighting like this is awesome. At the end of the trailer, we see some snippets of the rest of this adventure, and as a huge fan of Wukong, I just know that this will be a blast and familiar, but also different enough. I really can't wait. Probably a 2028 game if I had to guess, so we will likely get a new look next year. Maybe it will be playable at Gamescom next year. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Control Resonant has gone gold. The game is finished and ready more than a month before its planned September 2024 launch. Obviously, they're still working on a day 1 update, but they will still be printing discs now. Although speaking of discs, they note in the same tweet that the physical release date for the game has moved to October 15th, so by 3 weeks. It's not great being a physical collector these days, but yeah, overall Control Resonant is looking amazing. I really can't wait to get lost again in the world that Remedy has created, but then with deeper RPG mechanics that hopefully give more substance to the game compared to the original. Let me know if you'll be playing Control in the comments down below. Phantom Blade Zero had its state of play this week that finally gave us a good look at the overall package we can expect on October 29th. I will go over some highlights, but totally if you have the time and haven't done it yet, I would recommend you watch it to get a full sense of the scope of this game. So we learned that there are multiple regions to explore, it's not an open world game, but it will have a linear path, but still many secrets, optional zones with special bosses and unlocks that you can miss if you don't look everywhere. Because that's the thing, almost every boss you encounter will have some sort of unique unlock. There are 30 primary weapons, and 25 phantom edges, so secondary weapons like a cannon or bow. And all these weapons have multiple uses, abilities and upgrade paths, and the cool thing is that you can at any point respec for free. So you can always put all your progress into a new weapon you found and immediately use it at your current level. The game has easy, normal, but also very challenging difficulty settings, and a new mode we learned about is the 66 days mode. Our main character Sol has 66 days to live in the story, and with this mode they made that into a gameplay mechanic. So every time you die, you lose a day, and if you hit 0, you lose that save file. Now, I will play on normal first, but yeah, I can't wait. Let me know your hype level for Phantom Blade Zero after watching the state of play in the comments.
Hi there, it's Editor Tom here, chiming in for the Rumor Roundup, which is more of a leak roundup this week, as GTA 6 leaks have been dropping almost constantly while Jordan was out. These are all coming from an account calling themselves Cyber Leak, and they seem to be holding on to a playable pre-release PC build from the game. We will of course not be showing these GTA 6 leaks directly, but if you're interested and don't mind being spoiled for the next trailer, I'll be going over some of the highlights that have been confirmed. CyberLeak has shown footage of the entire map, which is incredibly huge just from the looks of it. Footage of planes and crop dusters being flown almost look like Microsoft Flight Simulator, with vast amounts of highly detailed land being shown from miles, without any pop-in whatsoever. Rockstar's volumetric cloud physics from Red Dead Redemption 2 seem to return as well, and they do seem improved, and there's even volumetric smoke for, let's say, consumables. But do take in mind that this early build of GTA 6 is most likely running on a beefy PC. Actual console gameplay might look and run way different. There's also new footage of basketball and swimming mini-games. There's some interior footage at strip clubs, complete with new cinematic camera angles if you're interested in that. And yes, even taking a leak with Jason in a public toilet can lead to some weird NPC interactions. These leaks are going quite deep, no pun intended. Most of the footage features CyberLeak driving around in multiple cars too, which also seems to confirm some new vehicle gameplay features. Cars have working fuel gauges now, and they do need to be filled up with gasoline from time to time. You'd assume electrical vehicles will need to be charged as well, although we haven't spotted those yet. Collisions are more realistic and possibly gory now too. One shot shows Jason driving over someone's leg, after which it comes off clean. And crashing into traffic with a tub full of loose gasoline in your truck bed can result in a giant explosion. The leaks also confirm multiple radio stations, songs that are possibly licensed for the game, certain in-game locations from previous trailers, and even mission descriptions. In case it wasn't clear, these videos can be quite the spoiler, so do be warned. When it comes to our usual star rating, these leaks get the full 3 stars. The vast amount of footage is way too long, visually consistent, and interactive to be AI generated or some sort of video trickery. Even though it might be an earlier build of GTA 6 than what Rockstar is working on right now, this is most likely all real, or it was at least at some point. Either way, it's probably best to just sit it out and wait for the next official trailer coming next week. And with that, I'll hand the video back over to Jordan.
This coming week is Gamescom week. Again, I'll be attending and bringing you all the news. I'll be live reacting to the opening night live show on August 25th. I'll put a countdown for that stream up very soon. And of course, that GTA 6 Netflix reveal will be happening 2 days later. We'll bring you all the coverage, at least in this Sunday video and probably elsewhere as well. We also got big game releases this week. Star Wars Zero Company, the XCOM Star Wars game that got a ton of praise from previews, will be launching on August 27th. Plague Tale Resonant, a more action-focused Plague Tale game, is launching August 27th as well. And the 1666 Amsterdam game from the original Assassin's Creed creator will go into early access on August 25th. But the previews have not been kind to that game at all, so it seems like you will want to wait before you jump in. Again, big weeks ahead. Subscribe, leave a like, and I will have a big Sunday video, of course, like this at the end of the week and more coverage. So I hope that you check it out. Check out my Tides of Annihilation hands-on preview by clicking on the screen, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.